This is Takpa, the second world, a Hopi legend about the ant people. And it goes like this. The first people of Takpela, the first world, were safely sheltered underground as fire rained down upon the earth. Volcanoes and firestorms destroyed all that was above them until the earth, the waters, and the air itself was all elemental fire. While this was going on, the people lived happily underground with the ant people. Their homes were just like the people's homes on the earth's surface being destroyed. There were rooms to live in, and rooms where they stored their food. There was light to see. The tiny bits of crystal in the sand of the anthill had absorbed the light of the sun, and using the inner vision of the center located behind the eyes, they could see by its reflection well. Only one thing troubled them. The food had begun to run short. It had not taken long for Surugnang to destroy the world, nor would it take long for him to create another one. But it was taking a long time for the first world to cool off before a second world could be created. That was why the food was running short. Do not give us so much of the food you have worked so hard to gather and store, the people said. You are our guests, the ant people said. What we have is yours also. So the ant people continued to deprive themselves of food in order to supply their guests. Every day, they tied their belts tighter and tighter. And this is why ants today are so small around the waist. Finally, that which had been the first world cooled off. Surugnang purified it. Then he began to create the second world. He changed its form completely, putting land where there was water and water where there was land, so that the people upon their emergence would have nothing to remind them of the previous wicked world. When all was ready, he came to the roof of the ant kiva, stamped on it, and gave it his call. Immediately, the chief of the ant people went up to the opening and rolled back the nuta, the straw hatch that covered the opening to the kiva. Young I, come in, you are welcome, he called. Surugnang spoke first to the ant people. I am thanking you for doing your part in helping to save these people. It will always be remembered. This you have done. The time will come when another world will be destroyed, and when the wicked people know their last day on earth has come. They will sit by an anthill and cry for the ants to save them. Now, having fulfilled your duty, you may go forth to the second world and take your place as ants. Then Surugnang said to the people, make your emergence now to the second world I have created. It's not quite as beautiful as the first world, but it is beautiful just the same. You will like it. So multiply and be happy. But I remember your Creator and the laws He gave you. When I hear you sing joyful praises to Him, I will know you are my children, and you will be close to me in your hearts. So the people emerged to the second world. Its name was Takpa, dark midnight. Its direction was south. Its color blue. Its mineral was silver. Chiefs upon it were spruce, eagle, and skunk. It was a big land, and the people multiplied rapidly, spreading over it to all directions, even to the other side of the world. This did not matter, for they were so close together in spirit, they could see and talk to each other from the center of the top of the head. Because this door was still open, they felt close to Surugnang and they sung joyful praises to the Creator. Tiowa. They did not have the privilege of living with the animals, though, for the animals were wild and kept apart. Being separated from the animals, the people tended to their own affairs. They built homes, then villages, and trails between them. They made things with their hands and stored food like the ant people. They began to trade and barter with one another. This is the story of the ant people. Takpa, the second world. Thank you for listening. This is Liquid Light.